Hey everyone, it's Ant, and you are tuning into World of WWE, a WWE podcast. This is a special bonus episode. I am going over my predictions for NXT TakeOver WarGames 2020, which is premiering tomorrow night live on the WWE Network at 7 p.m. December 6th. I'm very excited. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay notified when new content is created. Now, this is a bonus episode of our official podcast, World of WWE, a WWE Podcast. Make sure you find us. We are on 5 platforms. We are on Anchor, Breaker, Spotify, Google Podcast, and Radio Public. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook as well. And you could also check out this YouTube page, which will be dedicated to bonus episodes and all the like. So if you enjoy this, if you like this, definitely check out World of WWE, a WWE podcast. You can check us out on, I'll say it again, Spotify, Anchor, Radio Public, Breaker, and Google Podcasts. Be sure to check us out. There's a lot of great content. But let's just dive right into NXT TakeOver WarGames. I'm very excited for this TakeOver event. The matches seem really good. The promos lately on NXT have been really good. So I'm very excited to see what NXT brings us tomorrow night. So the first match I want to talk about is the special strap match. Cameron Grimes taking on Dexter Lumis. This match, in my opinion, will probably be their final grudge match. They've been going at it since the summer, and they've had some House of Terror matches. They've had just so many crazy matches in the past, and Cameron Grimes has been terrified of Dexter Lumis, and that has gotten in his way of defeating him. So basically, at TakeOver WarGames, we're going to find out if Cameron Grimes can overcome his fear of Dexter Lumis. However, there is something that has been added to the equation, a leather strap. Now, in a strap match, both competitors have the straps tied to their wrists, and they just fight and beat each other with it. I don't think this is the match where you hit 4 corners. It could be, but we'll find out on the pay-per-view. In my opinion, I have a feeling that Cameron Grimes might walk out victorious just because he's lost every single time, and it would be interesting for Cameron Grimes to get one over on Dexter Lumis. I do like Dexter Lumis, but it's almost like he's trying too hard to be like Dexter, the TV show, and I do think he's a great athlete, but there's going to come a point in time where that's going to get stale, and he doesn't really have a personality right now. He just stares, but that's his character. So, but in my prediction, I see Cameron Grimes winning this match. Next, we are at the triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. The newly crowned North American champion Leon Ruff defends the title against former champions Johnny Gargano and Damian Priest. Now, Leon Ruff had a surprise victory, defeating Johnny Gargano to become the new NXT North American champion. And ever since then, Damian Priest has kind of been on his shoulder, basically helping him. And Leon Ruff wants to prove himself. He wants to prove that he is his own person. So he basically attacked Priest and sent Johnny Gargano out, and now he is ready to defend the title in a triple threat. This match is going to be very good. I think there's going to be a lot of fun moments, as well as just amazing high-flying moments as well. In this particular match, I can see Leon walking away with the title. There is a factor on Johnny Gargano's side that might help him win. There have been a lot of people at ringside recently showing up at NXT wearing the ghost face mask. And if you remember, that's how Johnny Gargano won the NXT North American Championship back at Halloween Havoc, because Indy Hartwell was dressed up as Ghostface. So we saw 2 Ghostface people on NXT last week, so they might play a pivotal role, and Johnny Gargano might walk out. But in my opinion, in my heart, I see Leon Ruff retaining. This is going to be a great match. Definitely check that one out. Next, we have Tommaso Ciampa taking on Timothy Thatcher. This is going to be an all-out brawl, slugfest, in-your-face, brutal fight. Timothy Thatcher is all of those words that I've said. He's brutal, he's tough, and he just is a great athletic performer and submission specialist. Tommaso Ciampa is also rough, in your face, gritty, and will do anything to win a match. So I think these two are going to have a great match. I see Tommaso Ciampa picking up a victory because he's been on a losing streak recently. Not like small matches, but like important matches. Like he lost to Karrion Kross. I want to see him come back and win. So I'm rooting for Tommaso Ciampa. It's definitely going to be a gritty, nasty, dirty fight. So check that out because it's going to be a brawl. But my pick is Tommaso Ciampa. Now we're on to our first WarGames match of the night. The women's WarGames match. Team Candice taking on Team Shotzi. Team Candice consists of Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and the newly turned Toni Storm, taking on the team of Team Shotzi, which is Shotzi Blackheart, Rhea Ripley, Ember Moon, and the mystery partner, which was revealed last week on NXT, the NXT Women's Champion, Io Shirai, now a part of Team Shotzi. This is going to be an interesting match. I think we're going to see a lot of intense, hardcore physicality because all these women are willing to go the extra mile to put on a performance. So I think they're going to give it their all in WarGames. This will be pretty interesting to see. I don't want to call it early, but I kind of see Team Shotzi winning. I hope Team Shotzi wins. Although I like Team Candice, Team Shotzi kind of has my favorite females on NXT right now. So I'm going to go with Team Shotzi, but this is definitely going to be a show stealer for sure. These women are going to give it their all, and Team Candice is just amazing as well. I'm very excited and pumped for this match. And now we are on our final match, the main event, the final WarGames match, the Undisputed Era against the Kings of NXT, which is a team of Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, and the NXT Tag Team Champions Oney, Lorcan, and Danny Burch. This match is going to be amazing. We have seen Pat McAfee go on and on and on about how he is going to end Undisputed Era, defeat them, put them in their place. And he does have a lot of people to back him up. He has tag team champions and Pete Dunne, who is one of the longest reigning United Kingdom champions of all time. But he is dealing with the Undisputed Era, who are former North American champion, a former NXT champion. They are former NXT tag team champions. They have basically held every title there is to hold in NXT, and they had that wish fulfilled at NXT TakeOver. I forgot which TakeOver it was. I think New York. Or no, I'm sorry, it was New Orleans, I think. Anyways, what's important to know is that Undisputed Era is formidable opponents. They are not to be taken lightly. And I think Pat McAfee has been talking. I think this is really going to be good. I really hope Undisputed Era win. But I'm going to say they win. However, if they don't win, be a lookout to see them on the main roster, because they specifically made it clear, the announced team said that they want to be the new reigning force. The Kings of NXT want to be the new reigning force in NXT, and they want to send Undisputed Era packing. And if they defeat Undisputed Era, you could see them in the main roster. So I'm going to say Undisputed Era wins, but there's that little anecdote there. So thank you for checking out this bonus episode of a World of WWE Podcast. I'm going to go over the results on the official podcast. So as I said before, to find out if I was right, tune into Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Radio Public, or Google Podcasts, and that's where you can subscribe to the channel and you can find out who won. Also on the podcast channel, you will find recaps of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and also we do Throwback Thursday, which premieres every Thursday. It's myself and my co-host Carlos, and we go over the date in history of WWE, and that's going to be exciting. Also coming up soon, we have our Christmas episode of the podcast, where we are going to be going over the top greatest Christmas moments. We're going to be watching some and just having a fun time, drinking some eggnog and having some cookies, so I'm excited for that. And then finally, we have our New Year's Eve episode, where we're going to be counting down the greatest matches of 2020. So be on the lookout for those. The only way to see those is to subscribe, though, to either Spotify, Google Podcast, Anchor, Radio Public, or Breaker, and I will put those links in the video. So thank you for checking us out. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Make sure you also check out YouTube too, because there will be a lot of bonus episodes dropping on here. So thank you for checking us out, and make sure to tune into NXT TakeOver WarGames this Sunday, December 6th, starting at 7 p.m. on the WWE Network. Stay safe, and I will see you soon.